This may look like a beautiful park full of flowers and tin. But one night last year, this was the scene of one of the most bloodiest battles that ever happened in this world, innit? I was here chilling with my posse, when from over there by the Starburger there was this sound of Spear Garage. It meant only one thing, that the East Ends Massive was on their way over. Anyways, their boss man Hassan Big comes up to me and he says that my mum had been sucking him off. So I give him a 1-inch punch like Bruce Lee, and I swear I would have killed him if it was 1 millimeter to the left. But it ain't just Staines where there's war happening. There's other places too, which is why I checked out Major General Ken Perkins, who is only the most highly decorated soldier in the British Army, innit? Check it. Wicked. I'm here to talk about the military. I got with me my main man, Major General Ken Perkins. Now, he's seen a lot of action in Korea, in Malaysia, in World War II, so he knows his stuff and he knows where he's at. Now, the army is important, isn't it?
Yes, it's the mainstay of civilizations, we know it, I think, probably.
So, is it difficult to get in the army?
No, you need to be physically fit, you need to be mentally alert.
So it's not just for people who are a bit thick, who don't have any...
Absolutely not. If you're a bit thick, you won't get in.
What about the SOS? They is wicked, no?
Yes.
They is the hardest.
They are the best soldiers in the world, probably, I would say, yeah.
Now, is it hard to get in?
Extremely hard, yeah.
Does it help if you've already killed someone? Because I got a mate, Dave, and he's preparing to go in the army and he got his own gun and he says he killed someone. I don't believe him, I think he's talking rubbish or whatever. What about batty men?
Batty men? You mean screws loose?
No, you know. Batty men.
Ah, you mean gays?
Aye.
Well, there have been gays in the army for years. I mean, if you know, there isn't a problem unless you make a problem.
But a lot of the officers went to public school and, you know, there's a lot of gaylords there. Then they go into the army.
But they're certainly not gays, are they? Public schools are not a breeding ground for gays.
If you had a load of benders, wouldn't the other side be scared that they'd bum them?
The other side? Which other side?
That you was fighting.
War isn't like that. You don't have a real vision of what war is. I don't think.
So who did you fight for in World War II?
Who did I fight for? I was an artilleryman originally. I then...
And which side?
I was a British soldier.
Did you ever think about changing side?
No, God forbid.
But let's say me, you know, I was always with Man United or whatever. But when it became clear they weren't going to win the double, I went to the Arsenal, whatever. When you thinking that the Jerry's was going to win, you didn't think maybe I'll go over to the Jerry's?
Oh, no one ever thought like that. No, of course not.
He was a special guy. So what is carpet bombing?
Carpet bombing is when a whole formation of bombers fly together and drop their bombs all at the same time to produce a carpet of bombs on the ground.
So why don't we do that on Northern Ireland?
Northern Ireland, do we?
Why not?
Well, they're British.
But they is causing all the trouble.
Well, it's only a small number of people in Northern Ireland causing the trouble. Most of the people are loyal citizens.
But how is you going to be sure that you getting everyone who's causing the trouble unless you do the carpet?
Well, why don't you lock up everybody in this country to make sure you lock up the criminals?
Enough respect. Major General Perkins in the house. He put a lot of years in to the country. Time that you at home started putting in a bit. Booyakasha. Diggity, check this out, because I is here with none other than my main man, General Brent Scowcroft. Him was the national security advisor to George Bush, who was the president of America. and also to some geezer called Ford. When you was involved in the Vietnam War, did you ever think of changing sides?
No. Never thought about changing sides.
Would you have switched sides if them would have offered you like $1,000 more a week?
No.
No, a week.
No.
Not like a year, a week.
No amount of money. Would you push your mother off a cliff for $1,000 a week?
No. What about if they offered you like top of the range Lexus, a new one, 20-inch rims, and like a massive necklace made out of bling bling with your name done out of diamonds on it? Bling, General Skullcroft, massive, bigger than Diddy's.
It wouldn't matter because I would no longer be me if I did that.
Is fighting the most harmful thing you can do to the other side? Ain't the most harmful thing you can do is to call them nasty names?
Not really, not for countries.
Let's imagine we was back all those years ago when you was fighting Russia.
Mm-hmm.
If the president had gone over to the head of Russia and said, yo, Boris or whatever, stop being such a he would have felt this small. And because everyone would have been laughing at him, it would have gone away. End of the war.
Well, as a matter of fact, we did that.
Did you go, ugh?
Well, not you.
But what?
Well, you don't do that in diplomatic circles.
But did you do a kind of spaz kind of impression?
No.
When should a nation nuke another one?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
Thanks
I would say only if it's very vital interests are involved.
Do you think America should nuke Canada?
No.
Why not?
Well, because first of all, we don't have any real significant problems with Canada.
But if you nuked Canada, the amazing thing would be the element of surprise. Them would never expect it. And then you could take all their everything they got there.
We don't want what they have.
Well, they must have something good up there.
Oh, they have a lot of things good. They have a lot of gold.
And
they have a lot of
those
oil.
cow things with the horns.
Moose.
All right.
Of course, but we don't need that.
If you is an officer, what is the bestest tactic in battle?
To win.
What does that mean?
The best tactic you can do is to maneuver so that you surprise the enemy.
So is the bestest tactic surprise?
Sure it is.
Because that makes me think of, ooh,
Yes.
did that surprise you?
Yes.
That did, didn't it?
And when you surprise somebody, you have the advantage because you know what you're doing. And he doesn't. He's not prepared.
That's true because I was thinking that,
Yeah.
yo.
Exactly.
Did that?
And most of the great generals in history have figured out how to surprise the enemy, do something they don't anticipate.
No. I understand what you're saying because
Exactly.
Yeah, I was trying to. Does he understand? I was trying to surprise you.
No, and it's exactly that concept.
As the US got loads of famous soldiers,
Oh, quite a few.
as you met General
Yes.
Schwarzkopf, yo,
Yes, I've met him.
as you ever met General Motors,
General Motors is a company, builds cars.
but it was started by a soldier, innit?
No.
Is the army worried about the threat of chemical and biological weapons?
Sure.
Did they ever catch the people that sent Tampax through the post?
No, they did not. It wasn't Tampax, it was anthrax.
All right, I think there's different brand names. Like we say pavement, you say sidewalk, whatever. There's different words for the...
Well, it may be, but anthrax is the germ. Tampax is something very different.
We just want to say big up yourself, General Scowcroft. You was helped us out here, and you know the interesting... Ooh! The surprise thing. Yo, the surprise thing. But we just want to say, all you lot out there, listen to the words of my man, the General. And I ain't shitting you, he really is a General, Scowcroft here. Because him has said enough important things about warranting. You better listen up. Don't get mashed up. Keep it